Okay, guys, I figured it out. I had to go to another place. I've done many YouTube videos, but never a live video that I set up in advance. So thank you for being patient. We've got lots of fun stuff that we're going to do. So yeah, so we're going to be making this. I was just having a little snack. I'm showing you how amazing it is that this chocolate avocado mousse and why it's my #1 favorite. You guys are going to love this, okay? So I have them in my refrigerator, so I'm finishing that, but those are the perfect jars to get. So we're all lined up, and great. So everyone can hear me, right? Thumbs up. So I'm gonna get ready. I'm just gonna put my hair back here, and I'll give you the lowdown on how we're going to do these two recipes, because normally we would be making these black bean burgers with black rice that I may have left over, but we're going to be cooking it today. So let me just get on my cute apron. And so I hope I have family watching from Vermont. I hope I have my daughter watching soon. We're going to be giving away 6 dinners. So I'm also going to, I'm a big educator, as you guys know, and I'm going to be doing some questions, and they'll be easy, but just to see who's going to be winning. So here's the lowdown on what we're doing. This is what we're making. We sent in advance the recipes, but to the people here that are residents of Cityside. And thank you to Cityside for putting this on, and Sylvie. They've gotten so creative during this time when we're at home, and it's really quite amazing. So we're making the delicious chocolate avocado mousse. I'm going to be going through the ingredients, why they're so amazing and delicious and very good for your body, and my new Bodacious Black Bean Mushroom Burger, which is one of the kings of meal prep and ways to use stuff in your fridge. So first of all, just a little bit about me. I grew up in Vermont, very grateful for that, and it really gave me the ability to be connected with nature. We had a massive garden, so yes, we had to weed, but I had the pleasure of being able to make so many things with fresh vegetables, know how to prepare them, know how to make 100 things out of zucchini, pick fresh blackberries. So really observe how just fresh, organic, real food tastes and feels in the body. All right. I was also born the exact same day as Julia Child. I did watch her, not knowing that this would become a passion to someday have my own show, but to do it in a different way, the joy of cooking healthy. And my motto is delicious, never deprived. As I grew up, though, like most of us, so in the 80s and 90s, there became a lot of confusion around food and diets and fad diets and what was healthy, and about fats. Are they good? Are they not good? And mostly we didn't think they were good. So I had my own healing crisis. I was running my own business and just not feeling well energy-wise. So that's why most of my clients come to me. And I am a certified integrative health coach. I'll get to that, because through this crisis, I had this awakening moment that Wayne Dyer, he equates that to what you call the shift, when you know you need to make a change. I did not want to be sitting at my desk, even though I was very good at the business that I was running in promotional marketing. I really saw myself as contributing to food education and helping other people see the healing benefits. And literally, one green smoothie changed my life. And I participated in this online forum, which really educated me, as well as my girlfriend, who had came down with breast cancer at the same time. A lot of us know people that have healing crisis. And right now, more than ever with COVID, people are more attentive to their health. And I'm going to go through some facts to let you know why we have such immunocompromised populace in the United States. So I went back to school. I chose the #1 health coach college. I didn't want to go back to school long enough to be a natural doctor, although that was definitely part of my passion with the amount of knowledge I had. And also going to traditional Chinese physicians that allowed me to really start connecting to my body in a different way and understanding how important food was, lifestyle, clean air, clean water, and also the difference that food had, and that the body is this amazing biocomputer that can really heal on its own without the use of drugs. So this is my whole passion, really. And I got this great opportunity to work to create recipes. This was 2 years ago, to create these recipes and do this amazing research on the body and come up with and develop bioenergetic cooking method. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that, but it's really just understanding the body as this energetic, changing type of bio environment, and each of us are a little different. And I created recipes regarding different areas of the body to help increase the reverence that we have for food, and to also bring in intention, like healing intention. One of the energetic features that I have is all of my filtered water is filtered, so no organic food touches city water, and I always have pleasant music going on. So this is the heart of our home. It's the kitchen. It needs to be used. That's feng shui, right? To get it working really well. So I call myself a chef for the people. I really want people to understand that it's fun, it's creative. It's not about drawing a perfect square. It's about creating and getting involved in the aromas, the textures, the tastes. And that's what cooking is about. It prepares the body to receive food, and it also allows you to engage your own energy into the food, preparing delicious, high energy meals for you and your family in a healing way. My clients know that I'm all about no diets. It's delicious, never deprived. So I take people small steps, baby steps, into getting rid of the junk food that unfortunately a lot of people are addicted to, and I also partake in junk food in my past as well. But so we're going to be reframing what healthy is. It's not a big bowl of kale. It's not just like leaf lettuce. So healthy is really geared around inflammation. So what we're going to do first, if you have your black rice, so I have a lot of things in jars. We're going to be getting the black rice on because it needs to cook for about 25 to 30 minutes. And now typically what you would do is make enough black rice, and you have black rice left over. And this is a great recipe to make with your leftover black rice that's already cold in the refrigerator. So we're just going to be making half of what I normally would. So, and I'll tell you all about black rice. So I don't know if y'all got some, but the black rice is super nutritious. I've turned on the pan already. I do make my own bone broth, and it's really worth doing so if you can get organic bones, backs, feet, all this stuff from a local organic farmer. So we have that here. I just don't have any, but this is a really great use. So I go as organic as possible. Of course, your own is going to be that much sturdier, but you have to really look at ingredients, make sure there's nothing in there that can look like MSG, because that's one thing that is typically found in a lot of broths. So we're going to be, here, let me just get this. So we're just going to get this going. I already have the pan warming up, and half a cup. So we're putting in 3/4 of a cup plus a couple tablespoons. I prefer to use organic broth instead of just filtered water. It gives it more nutrients, better for you. What I also add is some garlic cloves so that it can cook in there with it. And we're going to be grinding these up when they're done. So let's just let that cook. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about black rice. Has anyone had black rice before? Give me a yay, or nay. Listen, I did not know that much about black rice. I didn't really like carbs that much. I definitely don't eat white rice. There's no reason for me to have such high carb conversion, sugar conversion, and I'll tell you how that works. But black rice is dense in nutrients. So I did write some information down, but black rice and any black or dark like purples, they're very high in antioxidant called anthocyanin, super important for your body, cancer prevention and reducing inflammation. So I like the Lotus brand heirloom forbidden rice. I have to get it on Amazon now, which you also can. Michael says, nay, I have not had black rice. Well, you're gonna love it. It has a really unique flavor. And so it was only grown in very limited quantities, and only the royalty in China were able to have black rice, so thereby being forbidden. But it was also much higher nutrients and also the highest protein value of any of the rices, except for the iron content in red or pink rice is a little bit higher. So excellent source of fiber. We need that. Very high in minerals. Whenever you get those dense colors, you're getting more nutrients. That's why there's colors involved. So the black and blues, whenever you see that, like blackberries and blueberries, those are anthocyanins. So this is going to go into my kidney section of my book because it's perfect for that. The kidney support. The kidneys are ruled by the winter season. It's all about the jing in the body, your energy source. So we have to keep our kidneys flowing really well. You guys have some wine out there, but make sure you're mixing some water in. I always have a picture of water. And one of the best things you can do for your kidneys actually is put a little light sea salt into your water because your kidneys do like a little bit of salt. If you're not eating any processed foods, canned foods, you're not getting oversalted. So we need to be hydrated. Anyway, so just let me show you how you do the carb conversion, because people worry about carbs. Now, you definitely want productive carbs. Like quinoa has a little bit less carb production than black rice, but black rice is so loaded with nutrients and fiber and protein that it's great. But so the one serving of this has 43 grams of carbs. You minus out the fiber, so you're left with 3 grams minus 3 grams of fiber. You divide that by 5, that gives you the teaspoon of sugar conversion. Because don't forget, it's not just sugar that converts to sugar, it's also carbs. But these are productive carbs, which are great. So it's giving you sustained energy, similar to quinoa. And some people like to know about that. So why do we need antioxidants and anthocyanins? We need them because we are constantly having oxidative stress. So the more you can get, the better. And we want to reduce inflammation. So that's beautiful. So we're going to put away this. I've got lots of, everything's organized. So one thing that's important in the kitchen is that you have things organized because it makes your job easier. So what we're going to do while we're waiting for the rice to cook, and I have, I'm actually using you can see my stovetop burner here. We are going to actually make the dessert and put it into containers. I'm giving away 6 meals, so I'm going to show you how I prep it. Otherwise, you're going to want to get some of these little jars because it makes the perfect replacement for the you should never ever buy again Jell-O pudding, and with made with milk, which is also very inflammatory to the body. So let's get this up here. Let me just slide this over. I tried to make enough space for everything. We're going to be using a food processor a lot. If you don't have one, I do like this KitchenAid. You only need a 7-cup if you're in a small household. You can get the next level up. You know, if you have a bigger family or you want the bigger one, I get a lot done with this. And so we're just going to be using the regular blade here that it comes with. So what makes chocolate avocado mousse so amazing is that you can make it in like 10 minutes. Just throw everything in, blend it up, use a little spatula like this, and you are done. And that is awesome. So let's talk a little bit about what you're going to need for this, and we'll get it out. You're going to need some Hass avocados, okay? Either 2 large ones or 3 smaller ones. We're going to peel and pit those. We're going to be using raw cacao powder. I'm going to tell you a little bit about these ingredients and why we're using them. We're going to be using most of all the, here's the coconut cream. So this is my favorite, actually, the very thick whipping cream to make with this, because I also use this chocolate avocado mousse, believe it or not, as a frosting. That's right, for my $1 million chocolate cake. This is just, it's outrageous. It's so yummy. So we're going to use 3/4 of a cup. We're going to use the harder part of this. And then I save the fluid part for some of my smoothies, because you're adding in really good energy fats, and I'll get to some more of that information. We're going to be using the jewel dates. So this is boiling now, so we want to turn it down so it'll simmer. You got to keep your eyes on everything here. Pure Madagascar vanilla, which I don't have the Madagascar, but as I prefer the highest quality, so I do have a pure organic one. I'm just going to get that one. And then Ceylon cinnamon, which is the most potent, and cinnamon is great for many things, especially like sugar control, blood control, and if you're cutting sugar, it's just adding a lot of flavor. So let's get all those together. If you're cooking with me, get all the stuff and get it organized in front of you so we can put it together. So you see what's going on over here? A lot of, so everything's organized so you can get it quickly. Those are all of my spices. So I keep my raw cacao in here. Cinnamon, you need the vanilla, you're gonna need this. This has a really nice pull top. You don't even have to use a, here, let me move this down. We get the avocados. So just let me show you the genius of this in your refrigerator. Woo! This slides in, and you're gonna want to get your avocados on the harder side, and then they start to ripen, and you put them right in the refrigerator. That way you always have perfect avocados ready to go, because there's nothing like wasting an avocado. They're a little on the upper end, but believe me, they are very densely nutritious and very important. So this is a knife I like to use for my avocados, the smaller. I have the larger one. It's got a nice thin blade. So let me just get out some more information here. Let's start with avocados. And tip, while I'm talking, some of these, the information I'm giving you is going to be in the questions that I ask. So we're going to start with the avocados, and a lot of you know the avocados are your original superfood. They are the only fruit, and they're fruit because they have a seed inside. They're the only fruit with protein, and they contain all the 9 essential amino acids. I did not know what proteins really were and why I needed amino acids, but you need amino acids for your functions. You need them for your liver processing, the phase 2 part of liver detox. So that's very important. But in a whole big Hass avocado, you're getting 20 grams of protein. So you can see why avocado toast is a great alternative for a more vegan, vegetarian type person. You're able to get those amino acids. You do not get energy from amino acids. You get energy from glucose or energy fat, similar to, and we're going to talk about the coconut oil. I love coconut products. They're easier on the liver. The liver processes fats, so that's great. They're also, what I love about avocados as well is that they help produce glutathione in the body. That's one of the better ways to do it if you can without supplementing. So there's a lot of precursors to glutathione, and avocados are one of them. So they really are your best friend. You should have one a day. I mean, they're great for women. You've got your monounsaturated fats, those really great fats, and they're helping to reduce inflammation in the body. And keeping our heart healthy. The protein keeps us full. So that's why we love avocados. So we're gonna get your avocados cut up and de-seeded. I like to just slice them in half like this, and then you just rack the knife into the nut, and hopefully I can get it out like this. And that way you can just put it right into the trash without having to touch anything. And I'm actually going to put on, where is it? I'm going to put on one glove since I am cooking for you all. Give me a little traction here too. So basically you cut it in half, you twist it, but just get them cut. It's easier than trying to get out the stuff inside without losing too much of the meat. This can get messy on the hands. But so what I learned when I was first learning about avocados is that a lot of the nutrients are right next to the skin. So that's why I like to try to peel it naturally, because you save as much of the ingredients as possible. I'm going to be enjoying some kombucha with you guys. I like to drink that out of my wine glass. Kombucha, for some of my clients that love wine, maybe a little bit too often for their bodies, it's a great alternative because it gives you a little sugar, a little alcohol. It's a great boost in the late afternoon. Not too late if you're sugar sensitive. So we're just getting these all in there, but you see when you peel them like this, it gets really close and you don't lose a lot of the meat. And it's a lot easier than trying to use your knife to dig it out. So let's just get all these in there. How you guys doing? All in one, good tip. Yeah, I can see the chat. So if you have a question, I'll try to check it out. I'm going to do my first questions at about 5:45. I'm going to do 3, and I'm going to do 3 more at around 6:15. So this one's giving me a little trouble here. It can get messy, so you're just going to clean your hands after. But you should be able to see food, touch food, eat food. I love avocados. There's so many ways to use them. And all right, so let's just clean up. All right, what you always want to have on hand is a nice kitchen towel to keep everything neat and organized. I'm a super neat cook here, so. All right, so my cacao powder is already in here. I like things that are nice and neat, so they're in jars, they're in containers as much as possible. That way you don't have to muddle through and look for bags. It's very annoying, and it just creates more stress. So when I help people transform their kitchens, they love it because it's stress-free. They love it. It looks beautiful. It makes you want to cook. Each one of these scoops is about a 1/4 cup. So we're going to be putting in 2 of the raw cacao. Now you can get raw cacao with maca. You've heard of maca. Maca is excellent also for your, stimulates your good hormone system. So I do like that. Now, cacao and cacao nibs. We're going to be topping this with cacao nibs. Cacao nibs are perfect with this because you get a little crunchy, and they have a lot of fiber, the cacao nibs, believe it or not. So one of the most important things with cacao and cacao nibs is magnesium, the ultimate calming mineral. Yeah, I still supplement with magnesium because trust me, we all need it with the level of anxiety that we have going on, people not being able to sleep. But it's the raw form of cacao and cacao nibs that are going to give you the minerals. Cocoa is refined. It doesn't have the nutrients, so the body's not reaping all those benefits. And we're getting iron too, phosphorus, copper, zinc. And you've heard about zinc for your immune system. It's important, all of these things. So it's a high fiber food. The nibs, 9 grams of fiber for 2 ounces or 1 ounce. So that's a lot. So also, yeah, the mood enhancing, it stimulates our bliss hormone. That's what we love. That's why this is awesome, right? I call it a hug in a jar because it stimulates the serotonin, and that's what we love. We feel good because here's the problem with the drug dealers. I mean, the food companies, they're triggering our brain with and neurotransmitters with chemical additives that make us feel good for a moment. The body doesn't know what it is, and it stores it, or it affects the liver because the liver has to go and check out everything that's going through our body. But the brain is triggered to feel good. So that's why we love to turn to chocolate and sugar and wine and anything that takes us away, but we have to do it smart. So that's why I created this. There's an amino acid in here called tryptophan. Tryptophan is also in things like bananas and chia seeds. So it helps to stimulate the serotonin naturally. We want that. What else is in here that you need to know about? And who doesn't love chocolate? Also, nitric oxide production in the body. That's a vasodilator right here. Vasodilation, that's important for your love life. It's important for your heart. It's important for energy, blood flow. It's important for your immune system. So great. So now we have those 2 things in there. And seriously, this is all we put in. So let's open up the coconut cream so you can see. I store it, I cool it a bit in the refrigerator so that it's a little bit hard. I'm going to use the little, these are a gem, by the way. I have several of these little guys because they're easier to use in here. Okay, that's hard. So I'm going to cut into it. So this coconut cream is meant to be harder because it's whipping cream. So I'm going to get a sturdy spoon. And we want the hard stuff in here. Ugh. So I'm just going to put pretty much all of it and then save the juicy part in a little glass container. So I suggest you get glass containers. We want at least 3/4 of a cup of this. Doesn't have to be exact, by the way. So that'll work. And let me show you what I do with the rest. So I have a lot of these little jars. This is a neck size, and I get the neck size up, and they're really good. Like right now, I have my dandelion green moringa pesto in a jar in the refrigerator, which is actually I'm going to top onto the black bean burgers that I delivered to you guys. And that is really, really fragrant. And that's one thing about cooking and making healthy food yummy is fragrant. Garlic, if you hate garlic, all in wood to peel. How's everyone doing? All right, so putting this in the refrigerator, and so I can eyeball the vanilla. You can too. It's actually really easy. We're just going to put a teaspoon in. So I'm not going to dirty a teaspoon. You can figure out how much a teaspoon is. There's a teaspoon. The cinnamon, I love cinnamon in here. So I will use a little measuring for this. Again, if you want a little bit more, it's fine. Perfect. So we only have one thing left to go in here. And that is the medjool dates, organic medjool dates. Do not get the ones that are in a bag that are pitted. They're not the same. Trust me. I know. I tried. They're not. The medjool dates, they're really one of the healthiest sugar alternatives that you can have. I love them. The body recognizes all the nutrients in there. It's really great. And they're both insoluble and soluble fiber. We need that. We need like 30 to 35 grams of fiber a day. Most people are not getting near enough. They're also very high in fiber. You notice I'm talking about fiber, fats, and protein a lot, really. So that is my concentration even when I make my smoothies. So they're great for adding into also my energy balls that I make with coconut oil and stuff. So it's good to have these dates on hand. The antioxidants in there, they actually help to improve your blood lipid levels and triglycerides, which you want to keep down. You want to keep your LDL down. And they're actually high in calcium, absorbable calcium and phosphorus, right? Really excellent. And basically, you're getting 20% of your potassium requirement with a serving of these medjool dates, and they're a natural aphrodisiac. So this entire thing is a natural aphrodisiac. Trust me, it's amazing. So if you're home and you're isolating alone, you need a hug in a jar. I know you do, right? You guys like that? The hug in the jar? Thanks. Thanks, Jackie. I appreciate it. So let's get the dates, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about coconut milk and coconut. So here they are. They're looking gorgeous from Whole Foods. And so this is what I do to make it easier. As soon as I get them, I add water to them, and I let the water, all of my water is filtered, so only use filtered water and stuff. Filtered water, and then you drain it out after they soak. This helps them to be softer so that they blend up. I'm going to add, I add a little bit less now. My recipe calls for 6 to 8. Trust me, you only need 6. And we'll go from there. When you're talking a lot, you definitely need water. Okay, let's get this over here. So it's fun to spy on KK's kitchen. I've cooked for 40 people out of this kitchen. So you can do anything for 3 days in a row and driven the food over an hour. So it can be done. It's great. So look at this. That's all you have to do for this. So one more thing before we hit go is the coconut milk and coconut oil. This is heavy, dense coconut. Now, I would have never eaten this in the 90s because I was afraid of fat. And yeah, it caused problems, and it will cause problems with your hormones because you need good fats. It's among the world's healthiest food. So truly it is. It is a healthy saturated fat that gives you energy. The MCT oils that you spend a lot of money on, same thing. It's the medium chain triglycerides in here, and that's what you want. The lauric acid, that's also super important, and it's easily absorbed by the liver. So the liver processes a lot easier. The liver processes not only toxins, but fats. That's why if you have high cholesterol, you need to go to the liver. All of my clients, I go right to the liver, and we'll talk to you more about that. It can lower your cholesterol and improve your blood pressure. Anytime you clean up your liver, you will improve your heart, your blood pressure, and everything. What else? So much, guys. But basically, it's an energy, and that's what I love. It helps Alzheimer's. Oh, here's the thing with cognitive health. When you're reducing your sugar, my clients have to are you addicted to sugar? Yes, I know you guys are. At least 80% of you are. Listen, I was at like 60 grams of sugar a day probably, and I thought I was being kind of healthy. No. So your brain wants glucose. So adding this to your smoothies or to oatmeal or to something else, the coconut oil, just taking teaspoons of it 3 times a day if you're cutting your sugar is going to really be helpful. All right, so let's get this baby on, and I'm going to show you how to do this. All you do is press go. You don't have to be a super chef to make this. It's super easy, and your kids can make it. And all it is about changing your palate. That's all it is about getting rid of sugar. Your body will get rid of it fine. You won't crave it once it's gone. All right, this is looking nice and fluffy. What I'm going to do, though, after a little bit is I'm going to stop it. Oh, my gosh, it looks so good. Seriously, look at that. It smells like chocolate frosting. Yeah, this is great. So you just want to scoop it down so it pulls it in nice. Let me get my little stand here. So if any of you can't watch the entire show, you know it's going to be filmed, but I hope this is going to be fun and funny. I love what I do, and I love having fun in the kitchen. So we're going to let this turn. So I'm talking about all these things. Okay, it's looking fluffy, creamy, and amazing. Right? That is just gorgeous. So another jar in my cupboard with all of my nuts are the cacao nibs. I put this into a very coveted chocolate monkey business smoothie, which you can find on my website in the kitchen with KK. So these are going to be for the winners. So I'm going to prep 6 of these. And then we need to clean this because we're going to be using it. Don't worry about the veggies. This is a super easy recipe because this is going to be doing the chopping for you. When you're doing vegetarian and vegan, you got to work with veggies, and not everyone is used to it. But it's so great because it's really amazing to know how raw turnip or raw rutabaga tastes, raw cauliflower, raw broccoli, any of this stuff. And you want your kids to know this because this is how you create a great palate for really good health. Because once you have a great palate, even pretzels taste gross. I mean, your body's just like, I don't know if I really like this. It's really the message that it gives you. Because quite honestly, pretzels don't really do anything. You just crunch them. So there's other ways to get crunch. Look how great. So I'm going to put probably a raspberry on top too. So let's do that. Guys, raspberries are on sale right now. Listen, Whole Foods is not expensive, especially if you don't buy a lot of junk. And if you have a Prime membership, there's always great sales. So super excellent. I'm a chocoholic. Oh, yay, Cynthia, you're going to love this. Oh my God, it's my go-to. I can eat 2 of these, my little thingies. And don't worry if you do, because it's so good for you. It's amazing. It's all good fats and very low sugar. So I'm just going to put 2 beautiful raspberries on top. There's my little pudding pack. Now I would be putting these in glass containers because I prefer glass. But we're just going to dress these up and then put them into the refrigerator. So if you guys are doing this along with me, I hope you are, because if any recipe is easy, it's this one. So you'll want to turn this into your go-to prep. And yeah, this is excellent. I do love chocolate. Now here's a little tip. If your body is craving chocolate, it's also telling you can be low in magnesium. So the most absorbable magnesium in the body is citrate. It can cause loose stools because it is that absorbable, but also gluconate and malate. Those are forms that help with energy and other stuff, but you need magnesium. It helps with over 300 functions in the body if you don't have it, especially brain, cognitive, racing brain. Also, leg twitching, what do they call that in bed? It's all the nervous system. So let's get this done up, and then we're going to start doing the veggies. I seriously want to taste this, right in front of you, but I won't. Anyone have questions? Let's see what else I can talk about while we are waiting here. So this as a frosting, how does that sound? Are you guys interested in my $1 million cake? Well, I'm going to be doing a class, and the online class is going to include that. It's going to include my $1 million chocolate chip cookies. Trust me. You want to know? I was a Tall House fanatic. I can make the Tall House cookies in 20 minutes, memorize the recipe. It's very easy, but it's also very inflammatory if you're using the amount of sugar they have and the inflammatory flour, the regular flour. And the reason it's inflammatory primarily is because of how it's processed today. It's ultra processed. There's very little nutrients in it, and we have an overabundance of glyphosate issues. So this wasn't as much of an issue in the 60s and 70s. It's just escalated, gotten so much worse. I hope I have enough left for the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've made these a little large. You guys will appreciate it. What time is it? Oh, I got to do some questions here. Hold on. All right, get ready for a question. Now, you have to either live in the building or here. Or you have to be able to come and get these. So here we go. Not that one. Not that one. Okay, here's a question. In the raw form, cacao and cacao nibs are especially high in minerals, most notably this calming mineral blank. What is the most notable calming mineral in raw cacao and cacao nibs? That's the first question. So whoever at Cityside wants to answer that for a free black bean burger and chocolate. Seriously, when you guys make this, this is like the ultimate spoon licking dessert right here. And don't you just love desserts that are like snacks? Okay, who's answering my question? So the question is, what's the most notable mineral? Yes. Yes, Christine Lewis. Yes. Magnesium. You got it. Way to go. Tryptophan is a precursor to serotonin. Yes, thank you. Yes, Jackie, magnesium. So Christine Lewis, you're first on that one. So Christine is going down on my list for free delivery. And just remind me of your unit number again. I know it's 1 something. 103? I can't remember. So, fun. 03. Yes. I have a good memory. All right. All right, yay. Okay, these are looking so fantastic. I'm trying to figure out how I can lick this without you guys seeing. I don't know. It's not going to happen. All right, so we're putting these in the refrigerator. Got this cute little cake pan. So we're going to be using this 2 more times for the mushrooms and the veggies. So one of the best things to do when you're cooking is always stay organized. It just keeps you relaxed, helps you to find things. So we're going to put everything back. So believe it or not, I'm able to stay very organized even when I'm cooking big meals. And it's just the way my brain thinks. So we'll sit this back. We're going to rinse this off. Okay, KK's got to get this somehow here. Put it into my little snack pack. All right. I think I need some kombucha. I'll find it in a minute. Yeah, this is a serious licking potential here. But I will not be doing that in front of you. So I know Christine, I've helped Christine with organizing her kitchen space, and it was really fun. Like the entire energy of the kitchen changed when we just organized and we threw out stuff that had old dates on it or that were, you know, really not what represented, you know, what she wanted to be putting into her body, and just made stuff nice and easy to get to by putting them either into jars or just reorganizing a little bit. And Christine, by the way, I copied you when I moved to this unit where my thing is here. I have the Lazy Susan to put all of my approved oils on, so it's easy to get to. But I have a lot of really great hacks for organizing. Oh yeah. So seriously, you can get an entire portion just by taking the blades off and eating this. Are your mouths watering? I mean, salivating? That's what cooking is about too. You get so ready to eat, your body is just ready to digest anything. And that's one of the most important things that we're missing is we're giving this away. So let me go clean this while you guys chill for a minute, because we're going to be using it again. Okay, another drying towel. All right, so we're gonna get this in the refrigerator, rinse the top. So I'm gonna check the rice, it still has time. All right, that's this. So this, ooh, that too. So this recipe is actually very easy, the black bean one. So let me get this out of the way here. And when I made it, I really found out that it's great for meal prep. And I know a lot of you like to think about meal prep, especially if you live by yourself. You just want to get out one thing and heat it up real quick. This is super easy to heat up. I do actually cook it more often in coconut oil, and it cooks up really quickly in a small coated all-clad pan. And okay, so we are ready to go again here. Awesome. So the rice is cooking still, and that's fine because we got this stuff to prep. Let's get this spoon out of the way. Where's the blade? This. So the first thing I'm going to do is the shiitake mushrooms. And in the recipe, you can change, like you could add more shiitake mushrooms to this if you like. Shiitake mushrooms, I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. Got lots of costs going on here. So let's get those out. You just want to get the organic version of them. And that's because the chemicals that go on to conventional fruits and veggies do not come off when they're cooked. They are carcinogenic. They are endocrine disruptors. That's your hormone system. So even the ones that are not on the dirty dozen still play a huge role in your cellular health because your cells know the difference, even if you don't taste the difference. But I will tell you, organic apples, when I started buying them, it was a huge difference right away in how they taste. So you will taste a difference in quality most often because once your palate starts to understand and taste non-chemicals from chemicals, your body will know. Oh, you love the containers. Cool. Yeah, so just ask me any questions about that. So let's get one more question. Let me see. Oh, you guys will love this one. Okay, get ready for another question. I'm looking at the chat. So what is the superfood fruit that has all the 9 essential amino acids and good fats, as well as helps produce glutathione, the master antioxidant in the body? Avocado, Jackie Donnelly, you got it. Yes, it is the only fruit with protein. Jackie, just tell me what unit you're in here. Yes, Cynthia, avocado. Jackie, you were first. So Jackie, give me your unit number so I can write you down. Thank you, 346. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Those questions are done. You guys having fun? All right, let's get out the shiitake mushrooms. So I told my parents and a lot of other people about this. I don't know who's watching. So I hope that they're watching. It would be great. I was really fortunate to grow up and really experience what organic and natural is about. I was up in Vermont last summer, and I'm literally picking the blueberries off the blueberry bushes like a bear. And you know, so honestly, so these are cut up. So when it says 6 organic shiitake mushrooms, those are 6 that I would get from Mr. Fun Guy at the farmer's market, or he's been at Health Fair on Thursdays, but these are already cut up organic ones at Whole Foods. Now this is great because you can use them in omelets or other things. So let's just get like a nice little pile in there. You know what? Because it's not gonna. You don't change the recipes by adding a little bit more of an item. So let's put those in. We're gonna blend those up, and then I really suggest having these little prep bowls. See how quick that is? Boom, done. You didn't even have to use a knife. That's what's so awesome. So get these little bowls. You can get them on. I got them at a place, but they don't allow the public anymore. They're Winco. And they all fit together. So I have my bowls all together. I bring these to people's homes when I'm doing meal prep because they often don't have the kind of bowls that I use to go out. And so I have lots of these, by the way. You can get them at TJ Maxx for, I don't know, a few bucks. So they're worthwhile to have. All right, so we're putting these aside. And then we're going to get the rest of the veggies out, and we're going to put them in here. So what I love to inspire people about is that cooking is just fun. You do not need to be a chef. In fact, most chefs are they're not concerned with your health when they cook. They're concerned about the recipe. And there are certain things that I would not eat. So we do have some restaurants in town, though, that are more concerned with health. And I think we know some of those, like Lila and Indigenous. So that's excellent. Even Crop has some great takeouts. Okay, so what else do we want in here? So we're going to get out carrot, celery, onion, cauliflower, and broccoli. That's all going in there, but it's going in here. and it's going to grind it all up for you so you don't have to do anything. And we're going to roughly break it down, and that's all we need to do. Okay, so I'm going to get out. Oh, so here's the celery. Let's see what's going on here. I'm just trying to get the extra water out. So when you cook black rice, you're going to fall in love with the flavor. And if you just want to have black rice, you can also add like a few pieces of cranberry or pecans. I've done that at my organic supper club. It just adds a pop of like funness, and it's great for kids too to get that. You're starving. Oh, you're supposed to be cooking with me. Gratitude queen. Yeah, don't drink too much if you're starving. Have some water and grab a snack. All right, so the celery. This board right here, this board is different than my wooden board. This is a wet board right here. So I keep it over here, and I also juice. So what I do when I'm using the celery to cook with, I use the stuff more closer to the inside, and I'm gonna juice with the others. And then these are for snacks, so I keep these. In fact, you can eat one. They're so tender and amazing. And you can use the leaves. These are really loaded with good nutrients. So I'm not talking about celery today as a focal point, but celery's gotten a lot of play because of the medical medium, and there's particular salts in here that are so helpful for the body. Your digestive system, if you've got stomach acid that's too high, it helps to regulate it. And so I'm just going to use 2. These look great. Put these aside. So what I do is cut it in half, and I'm going to put it in a baggie. So that's ready to go. This has already been cleaned. That's why I love having filtered water. This is so cute. And so good. I know you guys snack while you cook. Come on. So I'm going to be juicing this tomorrow. Celery juice, you want to do it an empty stomach, at least 12 ounces, so it helps to flush you out. So let's put this away. Broccoli, 2 carrots. I love carrots. I'm going to add more carrots. And cauliflower. So today, if you saw my Instagram, you saw that I made a cauliflower organic strawberry smoothie. Oh my gosh, so delicious. So the brand of rice is Lotus brand. Lotus brand forbidden rice. You can Google it. It's right there as soon as you Google Lotus brand black rice. And so this is what I like to do. Now, you're not going to have to chop these up. All you have to do is go like this. So I'm just going to separate. This is like I'm making my fire in the hole. Everything is organized. I'm going to use this amount of broccoli. So we've got this. We've got the broccoli. We're going to peel the carrots. I know you guys know how to peel carrots. So you can actually eat. You can actually eat these. They're really good. Just peel off the edges if they're a little hard. And you can snack on the inside. It's super tasty. Broccoli is loaded with vitamin C. We're going to talk about cruciferous vegetables and why they're so important in a second. My top drawer has everything organized that I need. Everything goes back in the same place. You know where everything is. That way your brain doesn't have to go, oh my God, where is it? No stress. We don't want any stress. I'm just going to do one for time. I'm going to peel these right into the trash. Sometimes I peel them into the sink. I'm peeling. Okay, cool. So the shiitake mushrooms. What I wanted to tell you about shiitake, along with reishi and cordyceps, excellent. Shiitake, one of the top mushrooms because they're meaty, they're good flavor, low in carbs, low in calories, but super duper dense nutrient and vitamin B's, which we need for our nervous system, and scientifically proven benefits for the reduction of cancer cells, combating cancer cells, preventing the growth, and also boosting your immune system. So everything I've been talking about, reducing inflammation, boosting your immune system, everything here does. Shiitake mushrooms, they have this DNA protective compound, and that's what you want. You want these things because our cells are constantly in a phase of, are they stressed? Are they starting to get broken down? All the way to degenerative cells, and that's what we don't want. That's why we need the antioxidants. And they also have compounds to directly improve your blood lipid levels. I've been talking about that a lot. Any antioxidants do as well, and anti-inflammatories. And now they're very unique in that they contain, again, the 9 essential amino acids. So that's shiitake mushrooms. Reishi and cordyceps, get those in powder form, add them to your green smoothies if you are concerned about cancer control. My girlfriend who had cancer, she still takes, she makes her green smoothie still every day and loads it up with good stuff. So that's amazing. Oh, we need to do one thing here I forgot about. We're going to be making a flax egg, and the reason we are making flax egg is I'm going to show you what a flax egg is, 1, and 2, we're adding so many nutrients from the flax seeds. I love flax seeds. Johanna Bugwig did an entire research on how important these plant oils were for your body, as also for breast cancer protection. But the amount of fiber, so we're adding tons of fiber into these black bean burgers. I mean, black beans enough have fiber, but everything else we're adding in too. So the omega-3 fats, lots and lots of fiber, and we've got plant estrogen and antioxidant qualities here. What else? Again, if you want to help improve your cholesterol, this entire thing that we're making. So how do you make a flax egg? 1 tablespoon of ground flax, 3 tablespoons of water. We're making it right now so we can sit. I have 2 jars for my flaxseed. 1 is freshly ground. I just ground this yesterday. I use it pretty quickly, so it's never going to go bad. And when it is in a container like this, trust me, you will use it more. So we just need 1 heaping tablespoon, and then we're going to put some filtered water in here. You get these beautiful measuring thingies at Williams-Sonoma. They come in a great size, the 2 tablespoon size I really love. So, and a half. So we're going to stir this. This gets thick. And we're going to be adding this to the black bean and the rice mixture once it gets going. So now let's check the black rice, because we're going to put this into a bowl and put it into the refrigerator. So, got lots of stuff going on because I have this over here so you guys can see. I'm just dumping the black rice into this bowl, and I'm going to put it into the refrigerator to cool off for a bit while we're finishing the veggies. So, like I said, normally you might have black rice that was left over, and you can use that. So we're going to use on that burner. I have 2 of these all-clad coated pans. Now, Teflon is terrible, and you need to get very high quality coated pans if you are, but I use this quite a lot for delicate items that you don't want sticking to the stainless. And I'm going to be using coconut oil on this one. So we're going to be putting this over here just to keep warm. The flax is done. So we just need to get the cauliflower and let's cut up this carrot. Just make them a little bit smaller here. Make sure you concentrate when you're using a knife. And sharp knives, you need sharp knives. The dull ones are worse because you can slip. And that's how accidents happen with a dull knife. Don't eat this. All right, this is looking really awesome. Now we need some cauliflower. And again, I think I put, or I'm going to add my information. If I didn't, I tried to update it before the show, where you can reach me at kk@inthekitchenwithkk.com, or you can find me on Facebook at Kimberly Knox. I think it's .6 Facebook, and then also my KK's Big Kitchen on Instagram. You can message me if you have questions about certain recipes. And I think everyone in our building got the recipes. So we're adding at least 3 of these. This is great. So we have all of our veggies. Oh, you can't really see down here. Sorry. Here we go. So we have everything nice and neat. We're just going to dump it all in there, and we're going to rough chop it. And then I'm going to strain the beans. All right, now you can't see me. This is the problem with not having a filmer. All right, so the broccoli, the cauliflower, this is how you make the buffalo cauliflower, by the way. You just cut up a whole big piece, and you can roast them. All right, I think we're good. That's already done. And then we saute these veggies and get them soft before adding them to the rest. So this should happen pretty organically, see? Mixing it up real nice. We didn't have to do a thing. We're going to stop the dough, and we're going to get the big chunks down. So this is already mixing up real nice. It looks really great. I think I forgot one thing though. I forgot the sweet onion. So my bowl, not that one. Yeah, just need a half an onion. So we'll do that by itself. Ooh. So these big chunks got to get broken down on the cauliflower. So what we do is we're going to take out part of it. We'll add the onion in with the other part. So we're adding in half an onion here. Trim the bottom. So I like the sweet onions here. They don't, yellow onions are a little stronger on the eyes. These I'm fine with. So let's get out some of this, and then we'll be almost ready to get it all in. We're going to save out the chunks and put them back. This is what happens. You just have to go with it. If you have a bigger one, it can handle more veggies. Okay, that's perfect. Now we'll just add the rest. Quarter cut. We have a cauliflower head that's causing problems. So we're going to cut it up and put it back in there. I love it. Cut these guys. Other than that, it's pretty easy because you don't have to do much. No real skills required. Just put it in here. and you got it broken down. So we're good. So this is looking great. So now we're gonna get this out of the way so you can see what's going on. Because we're gonna be turning up the heat here. And we're gonna be sauteing the veggies just to soften them a little bit, adding in the spices before we mix it in with the rice and the beans. So I'm going to be putting the black bean burger on a bed of red leaf lettuce. I got some really great microgreens for you guys. I'm going to top it with the red onion, which is a really great complement. Again, red onions have so many more antioxidants than the yellow ones. But again, really great stuff for your liver. Onions are the sulfur-forming items. All right, just set this out of the way. Oh, I'm gonna need this again. So let me rinse. You don't have to rinse it too much because you're just gonna be putting the beans, the black beans in there to work them down. And that way it helps it make a really great burger that sticks together. Okay, so the spices that we're going to be using are cumin and a little chili powder and some paprika. You can use smoked paprika. So you want to have your spices where you can see them. Cumin. So I always know where my spices are, not because they're alphabetized, just because I put them back in the same place. So it really helps out when I'm grabbing something and I don't have to look. They're all lined up. You can buy one of those things that allows you to stack your spices. So let's get some of this in here. The pan's nice and hot. You can use a little olive oil, but I'm going to use coconut oil here. I'm going to tilt this over so you can see what's going on here. These raspberries away. So these become very multi-purpose. We get about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. You don't have to measure. Coconut oil is one of my secret ingredients in my quinoa, by the way, because this coconut oil will keep you satiated, give you lots of energy, you feel full longer, and gives it so much savory quality. So I am really happy that I can eat fat and love it. Here we go. So we're going to put that on nice and high. I think I did a little too much. So let's put that over there. Next thing we're going to do is get together the black beans and the rice. But first of all, I'm going to put in the spices. So how much should I say? About a teaspoon. If you like. Paprika is really great. It's nice and savory. I use it a lot with, if I'm doing like ground turkey, you put it on top. I put it on top of my my avocado deviled eggs. Really, really yummy. Chili powder. I'm only going to use a little and a little cumin. I'm not a super huge cumin fan. So if you like more of either of these, just add a little bit more in. That's a quarter. And then chili powder. Okay, so that's sauteing. So once they're all put together, they cook super quick because all the ingredients are pretty much cooked. You just and I'm going to show you the easiest way to form them to get them together. So let's rinse. So this anymore. And we got this. So I'm always like kind of cleaning up as I go here. It just makes things nicer and easier. And we got the flax egg. Okay, so next up, wow, it's almost 6:30. Okay, woohoo! Next up is going to be the black beans. I know we have a lot of black bean fans. So black beans, what you have to look out for is the lectins, right? You hear Dr. Gundry talk about this. But if your gut is not too sensitive, although we have an entire world right now that's gut sensitive because of a lot of different things. So the lectins, it's a carbohydrate binding protein. The proteins are the things that do cause us the issues, like the dairy proteins and the gluten proteins. So they contribute to the autoimmune type of responses and digestive upset. However, if you properly prepare them, that's why I use Edam brand. Edam brand is the one that Dr. Gundry approves. You got to soak them, you got to pressure cook them. It's a lot of work, or you can buy Edam brand. So you get these lectins in legumes and nightshades, which include the eggplants and tomatoes. There's a couple of those. I don't eat a lot. I show people how to properly take their tomato skins off and the seeds and do those, so you're keeping your lycopene, but you're getting rid of the lectins. Dairy and grains. So that's why I only buy sprouted quinoa, sprouted mung beans, things like that to use, because they're really healthy for the body. So these black beans are packed with antioxidants. We're going to have a question about this too. Antioxidants, also the anthocyanins, just like the black rice. So it's actually part of the kidney bean family. So this recipe is perfect for my kidney section of the book that I'm putting together. They're very productive proteins. So, but they've got lots of protein. So you're getting 15 grams. So this recipe, you're getting great source of plant-based protein. And the plant-based diet has been shown to really work well in the body, especially for heart disease, because of the reduction of cholesterol and the bad triglycerides, and also improving your blood sugar control. Okay, excellent. So that's that. And so here's another question for you guys. So get ready for another question. We need some more winners here. Up is, hold on. Here it is. So what is the number one reason that both black beans and black rice are so nutritious? Is because they are high in what? You can be general. So black beans and black rice are both very high in what type of nutrient that makes them so nutritious? Starts with an A. You can be general or specific. All right, we're going to be putting the black beans in here. So this is sauteing. Literally, this does not take long. I got to turn this down. I'm going to get the black beans out. So here's the Edam brand. This is labeled that Dr. Gundry talks about that he likes. And I always like to rinse my black beans. Rinse and drain them. This is a nice can opener. So when you're doing a cooking show with time, everything is prepared in advance, pretty much. You don't have to do as much. So we're just going to drain these in here and rinse them off. So it's good to have your strainers. All my strainers are right down there, right underneath the front. They're all stacked up together in different sizes. All right, right, let's get this back up here because we're going to need it. So now what we want to do is we're going to be creating a paste with the black beans and the black rice. So I'm talking a lot, that's why it's taking a lot longer. Let me just blend these a tiny bit. We're going to add the black rice. So the black rice has chilled a bit. And I've got those garlic cloves in there. So now we're making the paste, and we're going to be putting everything into a big bowl, mixing it around, and then making the patty. Black beans. They can drive autoimmune disease if a person has them. I am fine with them. So I had to heal myself from leaky gut. It's a process that you have to go through, but that's why you have to really be careful of the, you have to know your body and get your food sensitivity test and heal leaky gut. And it's a process, but our guts have been destroyed by things like gluten. Now you see this nice paste that we have? So that's looking really good. And now that it's broken down a little bit, we're going to add the flax egg to this. So we talked about flaxseed. Did anybody answer that question? The brand of rice is... so did anyone get the #1 reason that black bean and black rice are so nutritious? It starts with an A. Because they're high in, it's something that helps with preventing inflammation in the body. So let me just blend this up. Okay, we are done. All right, so check out the paste. That's very important for keeping it nicely together. So we're gonna put this out of the way. So normally I would have my food processor right there and be using the stove. So we're like doubling up here. Now, all of my bowls are in one spot over there on the end, so I know this is the big one that I'm gonna be using. So we're gonna put all the ingredients in here. The veggies have softened up nicely. So those go in here, and then we're just gonna mix everything. And we're gonna use this pan again, so let me just give it a rinse. So the best thing is that we're able to use the same pans over. So we just rinsed out the veggies, and we're gonna keep it warm because we're gonna cook the black bean burgers in there. So we have the veggies in there. We're just gonna add the black bean mixture with the rice. It's all ground up. So this is gonna be really easy to digest because it's broken up. That's another reason that smoothies are so helpful for bringing life back to the body, is because you're able to absorb. Most people do not break down their food well. It goes into the small intestines where it starts to cause problems, because that's where we're supposed to be absorbing a lot of nutrients, and we're not. People have a lot of low stomach acid. You're missing enzymes. So I have been taking acid and enzymes for years, and it works wonders for your digestive system. I coach many people that have forms of autoimmune disease, gut disruption. I went through it myself, and so I need a sturdier spoon. Bring up. We're just gonna mix this up. Now, so it's gonna be a little warm when we put this together, and so ideally, you know, we're putting this all together on film, but ideally you're gonna want to cool it and then put it together. So who else wants to win? Just want the dessert really bad. Of course you do, Jackie. Okay, so no one got that answer, but both black beans and black rice they're high in antioxidants. Don't feel bad. I mean, literally, they say 60% of the population doesn't understand what antioxidants are. The most important one right now is vitamin C. It's a molecule, helps reduce oxidative stress and save your cells. That's what you want. Anthocyanins. Here is another question. Mushrooms like reishi and cordyceps and turkey tail, shiitake all boost the immune system and help inhibit the growth of what kind of cells in the body? Let me know. Starts with C. Okay, so now we're going to put this together. I'm going to show you how to do the meal prep. The pan is heating. We need wax paper and we need some foil. So this is going to make a good amount, probably 8. And this is how you do with a 1/2 cup measure. So normally I keep my board nice and clean. So we're going to start cooking these. But this is how you do it. You take a piece of wax paper and you take a 1/2 cup measure like this, and then you go like this. Once it's cooled, it's a whole lot easier. It's a little warm right now, so once it cools, it will form nicer for you. But then you're able to just flop it upside down into a pan. Of course, when you freeze these and when you cool them in the refrigerator, it's a lot easier. They're warm right now, so I am going to do my best magic to make this work. This is a type of spatula that you want. It's thin, but it's firm. You don't want a floppy one, you'll never be able to do this. And you're using a coated pan, so you need to have a coated spatula. All right? What am I looking for? A little guy here. All right, so we're going to cook up some of these. That just helps you get it into the pan when it's soft like this. It's my trick. So it's formed. See how perfect that is? So now those are going to cook. I'm going to turn this pan up nice and hot. All right, guys, who else wants to win? Who wrote this down? I'm ready to have my prize. Okay, Jackie. Cancer, yes, you got it. Yes, Cynthia. Okay, so Jackie already won, so Cynthia is also winner. Cynthia, tell me your room number so I can deliver you. Your unit number is, Cynthia. Let me know so I can write it down because I'm going to put these together. I have these little containers, and so I got to cook these up, and then I'll be bringing them around. So did we miss anything? So you can add some other spices to this, but so that pan's got to heat up. The show is going to be done in a few minutes. I just want to, while those are cooking, do you guys have any questions? Cynthia is 131. Thank you. Okay, so we have some others to give away here. We got the avocado. Okay, maybe you guys can get this one. Here's one for flax seeds. I know you'll get this. I don't know who else is watching. But flax seeds have the ability to improve your blood lipid levels, lowering total cholesterol because they are high in both soluble and insoluble blank. What would that be? I don't know who else is watching from our building, but soluble and insoluble blank starts with an S. Yes, Cynthia, you're a double winner. It is fiber. So I don't know who else we have going on here, but so I just want to inspire you guys about you really do have empowerment over your health. So, you know, we have some bad news, and these are things that I wrote up years ago back in 2016 when I actually started doing the videos and stuff. About the cancer rate being 1 in 2, diabetes every 5 minutes, 2 people die of related symptoms to diabetes. So you know why we're immunocompromised when they talk about COVID. 86 million people were pre-diabetic at least 3 years ago, and it's a leading cause of cancer. Kidney failure. Obesity has surpassed heart disease as of 2016. There's 1 heart attack every 42 seconds. 1 in 4 deaths are heart-related, and sugar is the main culprit, not fat. Well, the good news is you can have fat. Yay, because I happen to love good fats now, and butter, really good butter. So the good news is you have lots of empowerment over your health. That's what I want to leave you with, just to get inspired how easy it is to make good food, because a Beyond Burger it's got so many not so good things in there. So you might as well just eat a real good quality bison burger if you're going to get one out. The single most important thing you do every single day is choose what you're going to eat and put into your body. That's the whole thing about food is information. It's more than just medicine, as Hippocrates would say and is saying. And the power is in your hands. So you really do have some really great power, and it's real fun. Dr. Mark Hyman says that the way we're going to heal our health crisis and get away from sick care is to get back into the kitchen. We've all had the opportunity, especially since we've been at home, cooking some more, getting more confident in the kitchen. And that's what I do, is have with kitchen confidence. It's so much fun. And just knowing that inflammation has been long time linked to every single disease that we have. So it really is controllable if we lower inflammation. And all of the way I cook is anti-inflammatory. What else do I want to say? Yeah, because we really didn't know about this until 2011. And it wasn't until at least 2012 that we knew about gluten. So don't worry. We've come a long way, but the information is really just getting out there. The innate immune system talking about inflammation only came around in 2011. And so making sure that we're getting an alkaline diet, and that's helping with that plant-based diet, and also with juicing and smoothies, increasing your enzymes and all of that, and getting rid of acidic things in your diet, or at least limiting them. Those would be dairy, animal proteins, sugar, stress, coffee, alcohol, antibiotics, low fiber, junk food. So really, once you just clean up all that, you start feeling so much better. And that's how I felt. It's amazing. Thank you so much. So that's really my passion, is because I had such a healing experience, and I love to cook, and I love to inspire people to just get involved in cooking. So these are cooking up real nice. So I'm going to make these, put them together in my little to-go boxes for you. So if no one has any more questions, I am going to end the stream, and it will save. Thank you all for tuning in, and I hope it made this fun and enjoyable, and I know you're going to love it when you get it. And please, I think everyone has the recipes, so you can make them, or you can message me and find out how to get them. Okay? So thanks, everyone. I'm going to finish cooking up here and cleaning.